Level 6! And we have it! Big orange bird!
Who is going to win?
Well, the Shadow Hunter is not the portal too quickly, maybe?
别催我，
Zero's
如
tournament
你
like,
所愿。
are we going? Silence on the
尝尝这个。
That was used, so we can use the shackles now! But is there silence on the paladin as well? Maybe the supply?
别挡道。
Archmage? Demon Hunter is dead now though, isn't he? Potion!
尝尝这个。
No way! The knight killed the sword! No way! This was never meant to happen! What's up, everybody, and welcome! Happy soon-to-be weekend, consecutive streaming day number 524. The road to the 555 is on, and we got another day of Super League, everybody. I'm so freaking hyped again, because yesterday, we witnessed a miracle. There's no other way to put it, really. Labyrinth has officially defeated Happy in a best of 5. And I tweeted this out yesterday, and hopefully many people saw it, because I didn't even realize how monumental that was yesterday. It's crazy, man. It's freaking crazy. So, I skimmed through Happy's Undead Mirror history. And I could find some wins of 1-0, of course. The casino, thank you.
Thanks for keeping this awesome game alive.
Let's go. I skimmed through the Undead Mirror history. And of course, 1-0 defeated Happy a couple of times in various formats. There was one win of X-Lord in a best of 3 during DreamHack. That's 5 years ago. And that's it. That is Happy's losses to Undeads in 9 years. Let that sink in. 9 years. Labby becomes the second person to defeat Happy in a best of 5 in 9 years. If that's not crazy, I don't know what. If that doesn't tell you that Labby is on the way or already an S tier player. And of course, that shows how crazy Happy is, right? Wonderful. Just absolutely wonderful that we are witnessing the rise of Labby in front of our eyes. With his very own style. And also, it's not like he did something crazy, like bust out a Dreadlord and cheesed his way through on big maps. No. Toe-to-toe. Lich Ghouls versus Lich Ghouls. And he did it. 3-1. Mental, man. Absolutely mental. Labby, the absolute king of the Super League. 8 wins in a row. Leader of the pack. Today got a day off. Probably still a little hungover from the victory celebrations. Can only imagine people in Gangnam showered him in champagne. He deserves it, man. He deserves it. Heavy dude. Mental. Lady Dispel, thank you for the 31 month.
B2W Hoomba.
Exactly. So, today you see the matches already. We're kicking things off with LawLiet versus Sock. LawLiet coming from a defeat yesterday as he was beaten by Starbuck, who got his second win in this tournament. Yep. That's the biggest I can give you, I think. Yes. Coming from the second win in this tournament. Now, Same matchup. It's a bit wild, right? Because Labby has defeated 43-2. He lost to Starbuck 1 and 3. Where's LawLiet in this matchup? And how is Sock playing? I'd say Sock is closer to Fortitude playstyle-wise, heavier on Mountain King, so maybe there's a good chance for LawLiet to catch up in points once again. He is on the finish line. That's his 4th last match, alongside Focus, currently the workhorse of this league. Then, rank 1 versus rank 3 in the efficiency points per match ranking. Happy versus KAHO. This is the overall best undead against the overall best night elf. So, can Happy recover from that loss and establish dominance in his matchup versus night elf once again? Or can KAHO cause a second red stripe in Happy's track record and cause another huge upset? We'll see about that. Later, the last match of the day is Fortitude versus Fly. The story has been told, right? Fly only 1 map in 7 series. That's rough. And Fortitude is Fortitude. So everything but a 3-0 would be a great surprise. We'll see about that. So LawLiet, mixed results. Of course, now in perspective, taking 2 maps off of Labby is crazy. How about Sock? He did lose to Life, 3-1. Hexton, thank you for the sub. He did lose to Life. There was, of course, an absurd amount of game tape, but Life and LawLiet are kind of different players, so we'll see how that pans out. Also, mixed results for Sock. He had such a great start, man. And then all of a sudden, he faced Fortitude, and that caused a little bit of a slump. Losses to Infi. I mean, in hindsight, losses to Labyrinth is not that big, but losing to Focus is kinda not allowed if you want to go top 6. We'll see about that. That's the first match of the day. Of course, 2 friends traveled the world together. Maybe former roommates? I'm not entirely sure. As I was just made aware that I have to update War 3 Champions. And then we might be able to kick off the game. Mr. Apeman, thank you for the raid as well. What a wonderful stream once again. I liked your DJ impressions. Soul DJ Man is someone I could see at Tomorrowland. If I were the booker, you'd be on top of the list, Mr. Ape. So, War 3 Champions is updated. I'm on the Flow TV page. I don't see the game yet. Maybe our Korean friends and Chinese friends have to update as well. Makrura. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So, what are your predictions, everybody? What are your predictions for the day? LawLiet Sock, Happy KAHO, 40 Fly. Will Happy lose twice in a row? He did play a show match yesterday versus Life. Mr. Rain, you absolute wonderful soul. I will respond to you later today in the DMs. Yesterday I was a bit tired after my German show and my Super League cast. So, KAHO actually ranked 3 in the ELO ranking. In front of 120, in front of Lin, in front of Labby. So, Happy versus Night Elf is, of course, one of the most dominant matchups that you could even think of. Yesterday, show match versus Life. Very mechanical player. I'd say in this specific matchup, Life is better than KAHO, but we'll see. KAHO had some good ideas recently. And we got a 4-3 result here. Very, very close at the end of the day. Maybe Happy got a little tired, but usually he doesn't get tired. Mostly Demon Hunter Naga as we should expect, right? That's the matchup of the day. Happy versus KAHO. I really hope that KAHO found his mojo again versus Happy, because there's been a time where KAHO was really competitive, took series from Happy here and there. Like, this is like 2 years ago, more or less, when TP League was still around, when TED Cups were still a thing. And then Happy kind of at some point broke him and got a lot of wins against him, up to a point where KAHO wasn't able to win maps anymore. I feel like that has been better. So we see more map wins on KAHO. In comparison to life, though, KAHO has to step up his game here. And if things go according to plan, Happy is winning this. But we said this yesterday already, and all of a sudden, boom, 3-1. Our game is live, everybody. LawLiet versus Sock. Game number 1. Once again, the race for points is on, and if we look at the standings, both in the middle of the pack, more or less, a direct comparison between rank 9 and 10 in the points per match ranking. Both super close together, both coming from losses. So who has the better recovery here in the Super League? Two incredibly lovely people that we love to spend time with, but who's the better gamer of the two? Can LawLiet repeat his victory versus Fortitude, or will Sock take inspiration from Starbuck yesterday, who, with Archmage play, non-meta play, was able to surprise LawLiet quite a bit? Historically, LawLiet is ahead, maintains a 66% win rate more or less, but on this patch, they haven't met yet. Let's get it on! Super League Friday, day 21. We are starting into the last third of the regular season. Sock on the upper right hand side, LawLiet on the bottom left hand side, Concealed Hill is the map. I hope you guys are as hyped as I am about this. So, will we see the return of Archmage play by Sock as well, or will he stick with the meta that he practiced in 100 games versus life? Absolutely. Concealed Hill might be not the greatest Mountain King map. Little bit of a pause here. Hopefully just